So technically we can count this for me hitting 1k followers on Twitter and 300 subscribers on YouTube. Technically we can, because I haven't really celebrated both, so why not roll it into one? So, I asked you guys questions on Twitter, and I asked questions in my Discord server. Yeah, I think that's enough time for you guys to go down in the description and join my Discord server. Anyway, so, yeah, I think we should get into this, for my very first Q&A. Let's start with my Discord server. So first off is what's your favorite food and why? I really love instant curry noodles, and I really like potato waffles and beans. I don't know why, I just do. What's the coolest artist you've ever seen? Coolest artist I've ever seen? There's a lot. I say my two favorites are probably Finest Elite and Sylvixen. There's many other artists that I like. But Finest Elite, I don't know why, I just really like his style. His style is very unique, and I remember he made this one art piece of turning his persona into Minecraft, like making it like a Minecraft skin, but like drawing it, and it looked really, really fucking cool. And then Sylvixen, I just really like their detailed painting style. Like, Jesus Christ, it really, 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 really inspires me. I really want to be able to make art like that at one point. So yeah, those are probably my two favorite artists. Who inspires you to do art and content creation? I've already answered the art part, so it's technically the same answer. But for content creation, I did make a video about it. It's like my top 5 favorite furry YouTubers. I did a video about that. But if we're gonna go all the way back to when I first started doing content creation, because I've been doing content creation for about 6 years next year. Jesus. I think the one thing that really pushed me into doing YouTube back then was Captain Nintendo Dude, if you guys know them, CND. I've been subscribed to them since 2015, so I've been there since they had about 30k, and I watched their very first video about the 3DS unboxing when I was I want to say I would have been 9 years old at the time. So I've been around their channel for a while, so yeah, that was probably my very first when getting into content creation. Then I was also really in the Pokemon community, so of course I was watching Ace Trinilium, Candy Eevee, Birdkeeper Toby, the Aura Guardian, M&J TV, True Green 7. I was watching all them, but I've gone out of that at that point. They don't really inspire me anymore because I'm not really big into the Pokemon community as much. But yeah, that's all I really have to answer that question. Are you subscribed to the Caroline on YouTube and watch all of his videos? Sorry, I don't watch cringe content. Also, I like my content to be consistently. Also, I like my creator to be consistently uploading. So yeah, I'm sorry, I don't watch that weirdo. I don't even know who they are. They're just weird. The Caroline? Who the fuck is that? Some cringe bitch? I don't know. Okay, so now let's get into the Twitter questions. These are gonna be a doozy. Why do you like candy porn? It was a fucking typo. Please stop. Let me live. Okay, please just let me live. Please. Is your circle made out of cheese? No. No. Y'all just fucking love making me suffer, don't you? Why are you so edgy? Because I'm on Twitter. That's why I'm so fucking edgy. Of course. That's why I'm edgy. Who's a good boy? Me. Me. I'm best boy. I am best boy. Snowy, you can fucking fight me. I'm best boy. What is your favorite TV show, movie, or video game with anthro characters in it? I guess I can give my own little thing, I guess, for each. TV show, I haven't watched a lot of TV shows, especially as I've gotten older with anthro characters into it. But if I was to pick one right now as an adult, probably be Beastars. Basic answer, I know, but Beastars is really, really good, so it's based, so yeah. My favorite movie with anthro characters in it? Well, my favorite movie is Balto, so I guess I can count for that. And my favorite video game with anthro characters in it. Well, I do really like the Sonic games, but I also really like Sly Cooper. So I'd probably say the Sly Cooper games, or maybe Ratchet and Clank. So yeah, it's a hard with Ratchet and Clank and Sly Cooper. So I don't know, it's really hard to pick between those two. Why are you so obsessed with Ben Platt? Real question is, why aren't you obsessed with Ben Platt? Like, why aren't you? He is such a comforting man. I don't care what anyone says, okay? He comforts me so much. What was the inspiration for your persona, and how do you relate to them? Specifically, what made you choose color, clothing, and species? For species, at the time, I was really liked Rin, because he introduced me to Circles, and that led me off into finding other original species. I just thought they were so fucking cool, and they're just so nice and elegant looking, and that's why I chose a Circle. The thing is that when I made Kane, he wasn't meant to be my persona. It wasn't until I added his colors that I really started falling in love with Kane. So I just, which his colors pretty much come from the from my pride flag, bisexual. I just didn't use really the pink. It is in his mouth, but like the purple and blue, you know, for his fur and stuff like that. And then the scar over his eye is a reference to an old design of another character of mine. It just didn't suit her anymore, so I put it on him. And then his eye color I just chose because it just stands out. I didn't want his I wanted his eyes to be a bit more striking. I didn't want it to like blend in, so that's why they're yellow. And for his clothing, pretty much how I really want to dress. He dresses more like a punk, because I am a punk, and that's one reason why he dresses the way he does. But I'm planning on like having him in like different clothes. It's not always going to be the one set thing, you know. I mean, I have drawn him in a maid dress, I just haven't finished it, so yeah. But for other inspirations really for him would be Zoroark, the Pokemon, specifically the shiny version of him, because Zoroark is, instead of red and black, he's purple and black, and then he also has the yellow eyes in his shiny form instead of having them as blue. So I did take a lot of inspiration from Zoroark, even if it was subconsciously. And then how I relate to Kane now, I still love him as a Sona. It's just that he's more of a representation of my strength and a lot of things that I've gone through. So he's more of that because I created him when I was 15, and when I was 15, I was a completely different person. So as I've gotten older, I've kind of turned into him, but he's turned into me. So yeah, he's not really an aspirational character as he used to be anymore, but I still love him. I still love him to death. He has gotten a bit more dorkier, but I still love him. And then I also have another persona that I'm gonna make a whole video about, so keep an eye out on that. My top 3 fetishes. Oh, okay. Look, this is a safe for work channel, but like, I mean, this is a Q&A, and I should really, you know, answer these types of questions, you know. So yeah. One thing I really like is, well, I really like Vor. Oh god, why does this fucker follow me everywhere? Jesus Christ. Anyway, why are you 4'9"? I'm not 4'9", I am 5'1". Please respect that, please. I'm 5'1", I'm not 4'9". Dang it. Why is your persona based on the Vor flag? It is not. It's based off the bisexual pride flag. Jesus Christ. God, this fucker follows me everywhere. Anyway. If you had no restraints in terms of money or skill, what type of content would you like to make? Would it be the same as the content that you make now? That's a very good question. Because money and skill can restrain you from a certain extent, but at the same time, I try not to let it. I try to use everything to the best of my ability. I do like what I make, you know. But if those two things weren't a factor, I would really like to experiment with fursuit content. I know like people have their gripes with fursuit content. Usually for the type of fursuit content that I would do would be morely about skits, like, because I've talked about like if Kane was to ever exist, he most likely bully me. So I would make like little skits, with Kane, being an absolute dipshit towards me, because I think that's fucking hilarious. If he was to ever exist, he'd most likely bully me, even though I created him. Where do you personally see the future of the fandom, locally and internationally? That's a very good question, actually. I don't think the fandom is getting worse. I feel like a lot of people seem to getting over their heads about it, saying that like, oh, the fandom is, going for the worst. We're like going to a big dumpster fire. No. I think we have gotten a lot better. I think, it's gonna rain, before it pours. I feel like, of course, with us moving along, especially pushing past things, we're not tolerating people in our community that are hurting our community. I mean, even now, like, we're getting to the point where media is starting to realize that we are not supporting people like Kiro, especially because I don't know if you guys maybe have heard about this. There's this YouTuber who was a VR did a video in VR chat about coming out as a zoophile, and it's causing mass hysteria. I've seen videos about it on TikTok. Coyote Lovely and LabbRatt also did a stream about it. You guys, I will link that in the description for you guys to go watch it. It's getting to the point where someone has made an article about it, saying that the furry community is like pushing past against it, which just shows how bad it's getting. But at the same time, how bad this person is, getting their name out there. But it's also showing that we are not taking someone like this. We're not letting them in this community, which I think is great. Also, especially when I was at Confuzzled this year, Virtual Con, when I was at the First Science panel, they were talking about how zoophiles in the community are almost decreasing. I will link a video where I talk about it a bit more. It's my first furry convention video. I'll have that linked in the description if you guys want to hear more about that panel and stuff like that, which is great to hear, and I do see that, definitely decreasing, especially because we're not tolerating that anymore. We're not going to let people like that ruin our community, especially because Kiro has stained our community, and a lot of people just like to push past that, but Kiro definitely did give us a bad light, but I feel like we are getting past that. So I think we're getting better, especially in terms of the media, and I feel like it's only getting better, from here. Of course, we're always going to have problems, because people are going to be people, and there's always going to be bad people everywhere, but of course we're not going to tolerate that kind of behavior either. So yeah. And then when it comes to locally, I found so many furries around my area, to be honest. So I think furry is just going to grow more in Ireland, which is great, especially because now I am part of an Irish furry group too. It's called For the Craic. I will link that Discord server as well if you guys want to join in, if you're another Irish furry. So that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, because I'm an admin, so if you guys want to join that, I'll have that link down in the description as well. So yeah, I think locally, furry is definitely going to be growing a bit better, so I'm pretty happy about that. So yeah, very good question. In your own words, describe a circle. I've always actually had to explain this because I don't hide my furriness at all. I carry around a Lion King bag in college. Like, I just don't give a shit. I check my Furfinity on my laptop. I have furry art, as my laptop and phone wallpapers. I just don't hide it anymore. So I've always had this, when people ask, oh yeah, what's your persona? I'm like, it's a shark, wolf, dragon thing. That's how I describe a circle anyway. So yeah, funny enough, I've had to describe a circle many times. And what is the one thing you enjoy about doing YouTube? I don't really know, because I've done it for 6 years, nearly for 6 years, so there's obviously something I gotta love about it. I think it's just that I've always been very artistic. It doesn't really matter really what it is for me, because like outside of, you know, YouTube, I do art, and then outside of art, you know, I do acting, and then outside of acting, I write, you know, I do songwriting and stuff like that, and I also play guitar and ukulele. I've just always been very artistic. I've always been like that. Just growing up, I've always been in that sort of area, you know, I've always been liking creating things and stuff like that. But also another thing is that I am a huge opinionated prick, so of course I have to always give my opinion on something. I've been told so many times just to shut the fuck up, but I won't. I like having a soapbox, so I think that's one reason why I always love doing YouTube and stuff like that. But I also think it's got to do with my artistic side as well. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It has been a bit of a bit different from a lot of the content that I do. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it at least, and hopefully I can do another one of these because it was very fun. And yeah, so I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.
You never see it coming.